Hey guys, so tonight, I guess, it's like 9 in the evening, I decided I wanted to talk about my mom. She's off at a Sundance right now. And I just wanted to say, the top 3 times my mom has been an absolute beast. Now, it might be top 2 times, because it's kind of hard to... Okay. Time number 3. Least beast-like to most beast-like. Time number 3, I was maybe 5... Wait, no. I would have had to have been at least 4, at most 4, when this happened. And my mom was pregnant with my brother Colin, which left Cassie, Lucy, me, and Charlie all alone in the house. Dad was off at work, Grandma had gone home, it was the evening, and my sister Cassie, who was always getting into trouble and blaming us for it. I love her, but that is how my childhood went. She decided it would be so much fun if we took this big bucket of brown sugar and these giant serving spoons and flung the brown sugar down the hallway as hard as we can to see who could throw it the farthest. This went on for a little bit, and then we took a Thomas the Tank Engine tent with a kind of mesh roof, and we would slam brown sugar down on the mesh roof and try to pat it through and lick it through from the inside. Now you can imagine when my mom came down, sick and vomiting from being pregnant, she was not happy at all. So this is the part where she was a bit of a beast. What she did, she made me, my sisters, and my brother sit at the kitchen table. We were not allowed to leave until she finished cleaning up the mess. It took 2 hours to finish cleaning up all that brown sugar. 1 minute. Freedom wants to say hi. Say hi, Freedom! Yeah. So yeah, that's the 3rd time my mom was an absolute beast. 2nd time, it was Halloween. We had invited a bunch of friends over to go trick-or-treating with us, and after that, we had a bonfire in the backyard. Now, some of the teen boys that we were friends with, they decided it would be fun. Keep this in mind, it wasn't just us and our friends in the backyard, it was also our mom and dad and my 2 youngest brothers, Colin and Nathan, who were only 8 and under at the time. They thought it would be fun to grab at the fire, just casually swipe their hand through the fire fast enough that it wouldn't burn them. And my sisters and I were like, guys, stop it, there's children around, they shouldn't be watching this, they shouldn't think this is a good idea. And then my brother Nathan turned to Mom and said, "Hey Mom, why are they running their hands through the fire? How are they not getting burned?" And my mom said, "Well, you see, Nathan, teen boys are covered in a special grease that prevents them from catching fire." And then someone, I don't remember who pointed out that, I think it was Lucy, pointed out, "But Mom, grease catches fire." And then Mom said, "Not teen boy grease." So she both discouraged my brothers from running their hands through the fire and called all my male friends greasy. It was fantastic. Okay, now the moment we've all been waiting for. The number 1 time my mom was an absolute beast. My sister Lucy had, we have a shed in our backyard, right? It's a really nice shed. It's like a mini cabin in our backyard. It's got a rug, it's got a loft bed, it's got a little couch under the loft bed. It's fantastic. And my sister Lucy used to like to sleep out there in the summer because she loves camping and we don't get to do it often, and it was the next best thing. For a full week, every night she would check everything to make sure there were no bugs or anything, make sure the door was closed all the way. But every night she would wake up and hear buzzing, and she would have no idea where it's coming from. So she'd brush it off, and then in the morning she'd see a wasp waiting by the door to get out. So she'd have to wait for the wasp to come towards her so she could bolt to the door and get out before it stung her or whatever. And we had no idea how this wasp was getting in. So one day she decided, you know what, I'm just going to go in and tape up anything that could potentially be an entry point for a wasp. And she had me go out there with her because she was a little bit anxious because if there was a wasp in there while she was out there, she didn't want to be by herself. So she was taping up stuff, and I was sitting on the couch under the loft, and I looked over, and there was this little gray thing hanging right just a few feet away from my shoulder. And I turned to Lucy and I said, "Lucy, does that look like a wasp's nest to you?" And she looked and she just kind of froze and said, the start of one, yeah. And so we left the shed and went and told our mom, Mom, there's the start of a wasp's nest in the shed. You know what my mom did? My mom, okay, first, my mom is from the South. You do not mess with women from the South, okay? My mom took a Dollarama butterfly net, went up to the wasp nest and caught it in the net, broke it off from under the loft, kept the net on the ground, then took a baseball bat and just started beating the start of the wasp nest and stomping on it, and just demolishing this wasp nest with a baseball bat. While the wasp was flying around her head. But, lucky for her, the wasp nest sounded like it only really had eggs in it, so she just crushed a bunch of wasps' eggs, and she didn't get stung. It also reminds me of something my mom would do in the summer, is whenever a wasp would fly near her greenhouse, which she spent a lot of time in, she'd take her gardening scissors, go up to the wasp, and literally snip it in half midair. Like, I guess that could count as, like, the fourth time my mom was an absolute beast, because, my gosh, my mom, I love my mom, she's so nice, so sweet, tough love, all the way, but there's something she does that you just kind of gotta stare at her and wonder where her mind is at. Well, glad you get to know my family a little bit more. Have a good night, and God bless you.